Welcome back to Another Dimension. I'm Quinn.
Are we started?
Let's roll. We don't have time for this. Welcome back to Another Dimension. I'm Quinn.
I'm Trask.
I'm Taylor.
What are we going to talk about today, Trask? We start every single time like this.
Every single time.
So the first, we need to answer last week's question.
Yeah.
Last week's question was submitted by Tina Weidman. And
Tina.
And the 5'14". 5'14".
5'14".
And
That should be our question this week.
what does that mean?
How tall is Tina?
The answer, the question was, what is today's term for the Mansfield Bar? We had
Technically two correct answers to it.
Sure. We had quite a few answers.
Thank you.
Sean, you finally won.
Good job, Sean.
Good job, Sean.
Underride bar, ICC bumper.
ICC bumper, underride guard.
Taylor, if you want to pop up a picture of that, that'd be great. When we show this, we could show what it is. Basically, it's the bar on the back of a trailer.
That stops you from
going
running
under it.
You do have to have DOT tape on it, which is the reflective
Reflective
white and red tape. But Sean Landwehr is our winner. Sean
dinner.
submits every week.
The time the podcast is published, he calls within 3 to 4 minutes.
Yeah. We should do our questions at the end and then take bets, like what time he's going to call.
Ooh, we could do that.
Yeah.
If he could listen live, I think he would.
Yeah. But thank you for listening.
Yeah. Thanks for everyone for submitting them.
So in addition to that underride bar, we'll talk about this a little bit. Right now there is a bill that they're looking to pass that would help prevent run under accidents, where they would put basically an ICC bumper or an underride guard around the entire perimeter of a trailer. And I personally don't think it's going to happen. Does it make sense from a safety standpoint? Yes, it probably does. But I would think there would be some ground clearance issues in certain instances.
Especially, I mean, imagine like some of the old docks, like in cities where you're all the way down. I mean, you saw it with the trailer skirts.
Mm-hmm. They bottom out.
Those bottom out or get ripped off. I mean, I'm sure there's ways to make something that would work for that. Another thing that I would see is weight issues.
For sure. Are they going to change the gross weight?
Yeah. I mean, 80,000 pounds seems like a lot, but when you're used to being able to put 45, 46 in a box or 48 on the trailer, and now you can only do 47,
right?
46,
I would think probably,
I'm sure there's
1,000 to 2,000 pounds makes sense if it's all aluminum.
Yeah. I would think that they would have to create some legislation to allow for 82, kind of like the APU exemption.
Right. So that's
what are your thoughts on it as a whole?
Well, you always want to be safe, and
absolutely
any advancement you can make in safety is a win.
Yep.
But at what expense?
Yeah,
could you imagine? So we've got
73
trailers.
How are you going to do that on like a step deck?
I don't know.
I mean, there's going to have to be we should get into that business. Retrofitting trailers for underride guards.
John would kill us.
Yeah.
John would be like, you're going to do what?
Yep. That idea is trademarked, by the way.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. It's been introduced 3 different times. It has never passed. Obviously, it's important to everyone, especially when you have like a family member or loved one in an accident like that. So I see the benefit of it.
I would agree with that.
Just don't know how realistic it is.
Or the timeline. I mean, there's a lot more things that go into it, and I'm sure even more than what we've covered, that could either be a positive or a deterrent because of it. From adding an underride guard around the whole trailer.
Right.
That was just quick off the top of the head. I'm sure, like, if you sat down and thought about it, like, what about this? Will it hook up to certain trailers? Will it be too far ahead for this?
For turning radius.
Yeah, like, there's a bunch of stuff. But that will all be addressed, or if it's passed, I mean, it's going to be a way to the industry. I'm sure they'll have just like ELDs, they'll have a timeline that it has to be done, and there'll be extensions or grants or something to figure that out. I think they'll expect everyone to just pull up that cash out of their pocket and do it. But Go from there. What other industry topics we got?
Well, we need
But
to
that ship in the Suez Canal, did that affect us at all?
I would say, yeah, indirectly, right? Like it's going to
indirectly.
affect all of us.
They were saying $400 million an hour that was costing. An hour.
Could you imagine that?
No.
There was like 150 ships backed up.
Oh, man.
They had oil and they had cattle and they had probably a bunch of Chinese toys or I don't know.
All the stuff that my wife bought on Wayfair.
Right.
I'm sure that's frick.
Now she didn't get it on time, so it's free, right?
Now she ordered twice. But the memes that came out of that were hilarious. Did you see it? The memes? Did you see any of them?
No.
Like, I know this is off topic, but it's kind of funny. Two drunk rednecks in like second generation Dodge Rams. We can get this unstuck. One pulling from the front, one pulling from the back in opposite directions. It's kind of funny.
Sure.
But I just can't imagine. Like they said, because of the high winds and like the storms that went through, that canal is huge. That ship was huge. Mm-hmm. To turn it that much and just bury it into the side. I mean,
that's not a good situation.
Well, and go back to $400 million an hour. Like, I don't even know. Like, was there steel on there? Is that,
is that
like,
covered by insurance?
Should we, Bill
Stolfus?
Bill, is that covered?
Yeah. So hey, it's free now.
Yeah.
So
what else now? I mean, there's other stuff going on.
Well, to follow up from the road, it's called International Road Check, the blitz that we talked about last week.
May
4th through the 6th. They're going to focus on hours of service and lighting.
Okay.
Just read an article. 12% of the citations that were given last year for out of service were due to lighting, inoperable lamps.
Weren't they hitting on brakes last year, though? The last one?
I'm saying as a whole,
no,
not
I
just
get
in
that.
the blitz. Yes.
But like the blitz was brakes?
Yes.
So 12%
of the out of service violations were for inoperable lamps.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you see those trailers going down the road that are all lit up like a Christmas tree.
Yep.
If one of those is out, is that technically out of service?
Yeah, I believe so.
Even if
it's on there, it needs to be lit.
But is that an out of service or just a fix-it ticket?
I don't know.
Depending on the light, I would assume.
If it's a headlight
or a
brake light, I would think.
Or ABS or anything like that.
Marker light? Yep. I don't know.
If it's a decorative light, I would think that you probably wouldn't be put out of service for it. I actually don't know that answer.
I don't know.
Probably look that up.
Renee Funk would know that answer.
Renee would.
And it may depend on the day and the...
officer.
Could, yeah. So let's do some vocab words.
Okay.
Taylor came up with a few. The first one.
Wiggle wagon.
Do you know what it is?
It might be interpreted differently by some people, but it was pretty universal on the research I did on when I looked these up.
My dad used to pull wiggle wagons for Shopko.
Empty vans? Vans?
The plural part of your answer is right.
Vans?
No.
Empty is not plural.
No, vans, like it has to do with it being plural. Multiple trailers.
Good job, Travis.
Oh, like doubles?
There you go, doubles and triples.
Okay. Yeah, I should have known that.
And what's the next one?
The Derby City, going out to Berna himself.
Berna. Louisville.
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 Do you know why it's called that?
I know why. I know they say Louisville and not Louisville.
No, I'm saying, do you know why they call it the Derby City?
Oh, well, I would. Yeah, it's all the weird hats that people wear in the springtime.
That's coming up. Is that running this year?
I don't know. I could care less.
Yeah.
What else you got?
Do you want to keep doing some vocab?
Yeah.
All right. Yardstick.
Mile marker.
Mile marker. How about Buster Brown?
Cop. Sheriff.
No. UPS trucks.
UPS trucks.
How about
How
about Schneider eggs?
Cones.
Sure. Construction barrels.
Barrels.
Same thing.
Yeah. Do we ever do double nickel? You know what double nickel is, Taylor?
I know. 55 speed limit.
Yep.
What else?
Beantown.
I saw one today. It's a little on the more like rough side, but organ donor
Motorcyclist.
without a helmet on.
Yeah. Beantown. What is it?
Boston.
Okay. What did Delaware?
I'm sorry. What did you say?
What did Delaware
do?
No. What did Delaware?
Address.
A brand new jersey.
Wow.
There we go.
Wow. Did Hunter tell you that one?
No. Laffy Taffy.
Laffy Taffy.
Trying to think of what else we got.
Fighter pilot. That was one I saw today in a trucking list. It said fighter pilot. That was what it was called.
Fighter pilot. Tom Cruise?
About you don't even know what you didn't see Top Gun.
No, but I know he's in it.
What happened to Top Gun 2? Maverick.
I've never seen Top Gun.
He's never seen Top Gun.
Okay.
Or Smokey and the Bandit.
I'm gonna let that one go.
How?
I gave you the
did.
DVD as homework.
No, you said watch this if you want.
I said watch this.
Yeah, it wasn't homework. If it was homework, I would have watched it. But I don't have a DVD player.
That's good. That's good. I don't either anymore. That's a good point.
This
is my DVD player.
This is what I deal with. Millennials.
So fighter pilot is we almost lost that one. They say it's a person in a car who's weaving in without traffic, like those. I'm just gonna say
Four-wheeler.
those that go flying down the road and they
Right.
cut everybody off. Get to bleep my first word.
Four-wheeler.
That'd be a car, passenger car.
What else? You got to have a couple more. Then I got an idea what we can talk about.
All locked up.
Brakes are locked up?
Nope.
Traffic jam?
Nope.
All locked up. Closed down?
Chicken coop's all locked up. Closed.
Okay. We did chicken
We
coop
did
already.
chicken coop.
A lot of people like that.
What about
one.
Smokey? Smokey Bear or something like that? What is it?
Police officer.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg?
It's not Snoop.
All right, let's move on.
Yeah. So I guess on the topic of the Mansfield Bar,
She was born in Bryn Mawr, Pennsylvania.
Bryn Mawr.
Yep.
Okay.
John actually took me there when we were out east.
Her daughter's an actor.
Tris?
Huh?
She's an
Actress.
actress?
Actress, yeah. It's like a professional doctor.
It's probably like, is it gender specific these days?
What?
Actor, actress.
She
Movie star.
She self-identifies as an actress.
You hope.
I think.
You hope.
What TV show is Jane Mansfield's daughter
On.
What does she play a major role in?
Taylor?
SVU, baby.
Yes. Marissa
Hargitay.
Hargitay.
Yes.
Harry Taylor.
Used to have a crush on her.
Still do.
Still kind of do. Getting up there, though.
Let's talk a little bit about end of month
Yep.
being busy, but then we can talk. I thought before about, could you imagine? We could probably just cut this or do it. Could you imagine right now? So it's end of month, it's end of quarter.
Yep.
It's fairly busy because of that.
Yeah.
A few other things, but because of that in particular. Rates, we broker freight every, a little bit.
Yep.
And rates that we are being asked to pay carriers
Or astronomical.
are astronomical. Could you imagine? I mean, it's stressful enough out there. Could you imagine the stress if you were running a broker house where you committed to, you got, 100 loads to move today, and the rates doubled overnight? What would you do?
Personally, I'm like, haha, you shitheads. Like, you made a bunch of money off of us when rates went the other way.
As a carrier.
No, I'm saying, like, me personally right now
Yeah.
is like laughing
Okay.
at them.
At who?
The brokers.
Oh, okay.
A
Because
taste of their own
taking
medicine.
it in the shorts.
Yes.
I would agree with that.
And I think it's a little bit of a,
Screw you.
yeah, to them.
Okay.
But no, I couldn't imagine that. Can you, I guess we explain that. Like, when rates fall.
So we will haul. So most of our work is direct from a customer.
Correct.
There are also freight brokers out there.
Yep.
Where, if you simplify it, they're kind of like a sales team for you. If you
If you treat them right and you do a good job for them.
So they will have their own set of customers who they move their freight for. And
they're bloodsuckers.
Whatever that reason is that the customer decides to use a broker, whatever. Yep. Maybe there's different, maybe there's a relationship.
It's a volume thing, or it's carriers are more expensive than brokers, or whatever that may be.
So we haul broker freight, especially on inbound. When we talked about when we triangle our trucks. So we go out with a customer load, then we'll usually take a broker load from point B to point C, which lines us up to another. So there's
no bounce.
So there's no deadhead or bounce. So it lines us up for another customer load to come back home.
Yep.
Now that little short hopper from B to C, if you will.
That could be from Charleston, West Virginia to
Cleveland.
And obviously we don't have a terminal there. We don't have a sales present there. So
we utilize a broker.
We utilize a broker for that shipment.
Historically, brokers have. Now we have some relationships that are very good, and we both parties are treated with respect.
Yep.
But historically, a broker will treat a carrier as a commodity.
They get paid off of
the spread.
Mm-hmm. And so if they charge the customer $1,000, they want to sell it to the carrier for the least amount of money, so they make the biggest margin. Mm-hmm. And when they have freight in an undesirable area, they will win. Mm-hmm. And they win and they win and they win and they win, and it bugs me. Mm-hmm. Because as a carrier, you can do nothing about it other than not haul it.
Yep.
But when markets flip, and it happens a couple times a year, just not to this extent, for that 1 or 2 weeks, I am like, yes, like we got another one.
But could you imagine the stress?
Oh, no.
I mean, we call them short hoppers, but a typical short hopper for us, let's just say it's 300 miles.
300 to 400 miles.
$1,000 ish, 800 to 1,200.
Depends on where you are, yeah.
But now, maybe it's 15,
maybe
18, who knows?
Yeah.
It has come up, and I couldn't imagine the amount of stress. Either you're content taking a loss, hey, we're going to make it back over the course of the year, or you're going, what are we going to do?
When this happened in like 2018, when did rates? Was that 2018?
Yeah.
But then they fell right afterwards.
In 19.
Like the end of 18, early 19, mm-hmm. right?
And then again in 20, they took a dump.
They did, but not nearly as bad. But like in 17 or...
Late 17, early 18.
We came off of like a super duper low time in flatbed. Like 16 to the beginning of 18 was...
It was not carrier...
Friendly,
yeah.
I believe it was C.H. Robinson was submitting bids at cost minus 5% just to gain market share. So for a year or two, they were taking losses on I shouldn't say every load, because I'm sure they got carriers down.
Sure.
But on all of their bids, they were submitting cost minus 5% to get market share. So then when rates came back up, they had that freight.
Is C.H. Robinson even in the flatbed? I don't see them, right? Well, I don't deal with that as much as you guys, but...
Yeah, they're there. I mean, not great. I mean, the big dogs are the TQLs of the world. I mean, they handle a lot of it. And then you got a lot of the small, like, mom and pop trucking companies / brokers that handle the
ATS, Landstar, that kind of stuff.
Yep.
But is C.H. Robinson even a player?
I mean, they're a player.
On a flatbed?
I mean, they're definitely a player in the brokerage world. We don't do a lot for them, but...
Okay.
I mean, they're big.
I just think it would be a very stressful, a lot of sleepless nights right now for those guys.
Or is the carrier that I book going to show up on the shipment?
Did they find something better?
That's paying way more, because that happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
That's a tough deal. Yeah. But you feel like you're winning, so that's good.
Don't you just get like a simple, don't you feel way better about it? Like when you know someone else, and I hate to sound like I'm a jerk, but like brokers are legitimately bloodsuckers. I don't like them.
Oh, Alex, that was not intended for you.
No, I mean,
Trask's opinions do not reflect the opinions of the rest of the company.
And that's fair. Go ahead.
Hey, but there's a lot of good brokers that we partner with, that we rely on.
I don't consider them brokers, though. Yes, they are freight brokers, but that is a partner.
Are you like calling out?
I'm calling out everyone. Let's put everyone on the line right now. But I I don't consider that. Like if Brent.
Yep.
I'm not going to say where he is. He's a freight broker.
Yep.
But by any means, if he called, we treat him like a customer because that's how he treats us.
Yeah, and he knows what he gets with us.
If John from TQL, who is making his first ever sales call, calls me and treats me like I'm an idiot, like I don't consider him a broker.
Hey, I'm calling on your truck posted in Green Bay, Wisconsin, looking to go to Houston. Yeah, I've got a Fargo, North Dakota going to Miami.
Can you help me out with that one, buddy? Yeah, I got $1,000 on it. What really gets me is, hey, I'm calling on your truck in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Yeah. I got one in Ludington, Michigan. Right. It's 68 miles away. Look at a map. There is a lake in the middle of us. Like it's not 68 miles away.
Yeah. They didn't teach him that in brokerage school.
That's what I don't get that. That does not, I don't like that.
You feel better?
I do. Thank you. Sorry. I don't know.
You know, we just got blacklisted from every brokerage.
Good. One less carrier to help them move their freight right now.
In order to be the best, 50% of the people have to love you and 50% have to hate you.
There you go. So with that, we're going to kind of wrap this up. What do you guys doing next week?
I'm a podcast?
I am leaving town. I'm a little stressed. Everybody here is, I probably got everybody else stressed out.
No. We got...
Really?
What?
Really?
Not stressed.
Okay.
Yeah, no. We got a big day planned. I mean,
you
Monday...
just went on a rant about brokers.
I don't like them.
Okay.
Monday, we're getting manicures.
Okay.
Tuesday, I think, is...
Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday.
From Tanner's.
Wednesday, whiskey.
Whiskey Wednesday.
Thursday is...
Thirsty.
Tacos again.
I will be
Taco
back.
Thursday. No, not that quick.
Okay.
You're really only going...
Well, why did you call Monday and Tuesday? Because today is Wednesday. Today is Tuesday.
Yeah, but you're leaving tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. My days are all messed up.
Yeah.
Whatever. I mean, we don't really know.
You gonna have a guest?
Might.
That'd be all right.
Might be Dale and Candy. We'll see.
Dale and Candy.
Ooh.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Buckle your seatbelt for that one.
We might have to wait till we get a couple more followers.
Yeah. Okay.
But no, have a good week. Have fun on vacation.
Well, thank you guys for holding down the fort.
Turn off your phone.
Okay.
For at least a couple hours.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll try.
I'm sure you'll be
calling.
It's a 2.5 hour
flight.
I'm sure you'll be calling me. Not during the flight. You can't be on it anyway.
It's a 2.5 hour flight.
But I'm sure you'll be calling every day.
Maybe.
It's no different than when I leave.
We got to get those reports figured out.
Yeah. But other than that, Taylor's giving us we're done.
Wrap it up.
We're out of here.
All right. Thanks, Taylor.
All right, guys. Episode number 12 is in the books. Thanks for hanging with us on this one. Hopefully you enjoyed Trask's rant and all of those good things. So thank you again. Just make sure you guys are subscribing and following us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Again, that's where our biggest audio presence is in terms of the podcast, but then YouTube as well. We make a video out of every podcast we do. So make sure you're subscribing, comment, give us feedback on what we're talking about. We're always looking for ideas on new weekly topics. So shoot us something if you want to hear it. Make sure to follow us on the rest of our social media pages. And then finally, we are still hiring drivers. So if you know anyone in the flatbed world that's looking for a new driving position, have them give us a call. We'd love to talk to them and let them know what we're all about. Other than that, Quinn, have a wonderful vacation, and we'll see you guys next week.